Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to Watchbox, and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email me, Team Mosso at thewatchbox.com. It's in the description below. It is your purchase and pricing email question line for buying this or any watch you see on any Watchbox platform. Please reach out to me directly. Email tmosso at thewatchbox.com for pricing. Guys, get it while it lasts. This is one of the rarest watches made in the modern era by Vacheron Constantin. That's not to say it was limited to 10, 20, 30 pieces. It's just to say that I see thousands of watches a year. And although this model launched in 2016, it is the first brown dial overseas of any kind that I have encountered. The brown dial overseas was made from 2016 into early 2018, and while I've seen literally tons of black, blue, and silver, this is the first brown dial of any kind to cross my desk. So now that you know how scarce this is, let's go over the basics. 41 millimeters in diameter, 11.2 millimeters thick. If we measure the end-to-end, lug-to-lug span of the case, it's 48.8 millimeters. If we measure the first link in the bracelet side to side, the incompressible horizontal distance across the wrist is a much beefier 57 millimeters. So the watch is large. It's a third generation overseas, which means the bracelet doesn't pull straight down out of the lugs the way it did on the second generation. As a result, I recommend this watch for wrists of 15 centimeters circumference or larger. Now, it does come with two accessory straps, both in brown, one in leather, alligator, and one in rubber. And the watch is easier to wear on those straps. So if you're borderline to wear this watch, be advised, it comes with the two straps and they're going to fit better on a small wrist than the bracelet does. That said, even though I don't have a big wrist, it looks good and it feels secure. And you can see that it's flat enough with a sloped bezel to slide underneath the cuff, no problem there. And it has a nice solidity to it. This bracelet is of high quality. How do you put those accessory straps on the watch? Easy. There's a quick release system. Push button, pops right off. Easy to do. Swap straps, swap bracelet, and it snaps right back into place just like that. Lots more to say about this bracelet though. Take a quick look. Every single link on both sides is removable, which means it is an easy watch to size precisely. There's more. Take a quick look. We have a sleeved micro adjustment on each side, 1.5 millimeters. It pops out when you pull it on each side of the clasp. So you have those two micro adjustments built in. So you have a quick release system. Every single link is removable. And then you have two micro adjustments. We have a double folding clasp with twin trigger release. So it really has to be compressed on both sides. Pressing one trigger will not pop it open. So you get a lot of security with this sports watch style bracelet. And you can see the Maltese cross, the symbol of Vacheron Constantin, which is the oldest continuously operating luxury watchmaker in Switzerland since 1755, none older and in continuous operation. The bracelet's beautifully finished. Integrated into the case, it draws on the language of Jörg Heisig's 1977 Vacheron 222. In 1996, Dino Modolo and Vincent Kaufmann designed the first overseas, the first modern Vacheron sports watch in the mold of the 222. And this watch embodies that heritage, both the vintage 222 and the 90s Overseas 1, the 2000s Overseas 2. And one of the elements that remains is the beautiful detailing. As you can see, we have these polished recesses inside the satin finished links. We have the motif of the Maltese cross that runs down the center. We have a rolled bevel on the shoulders and polished outer faces. Satination on the bottom. We'll pop the bracelet right off. Take a look at the case. You can see it's intricately executed as we have this expanding bevel on the lug hoods, satination on the lug hoods. We have a little plinth that's polished on its outer face and then satinated below the bezel, and then the bezel, which also has that Maltese cross motif. It is polished on its tops and then satin finished in its recesses. We have a screw down crown with the Maltese cross again, 150 meters water resistant, and then a dial on which the hands, the frame for the date, the logo, and all of the indices are made of white gold to resist oxidation or tarnish over time. We have a flange outboard in brown to match the center. You can see that there's a metallic treatment, circular brushing underneath the hour track, and then there is a brown metallic sunburst from the center. We'll do a quick lume shot here. I think you're going to be very pleased by the amount of luminescence. It's an easy watch to read in the dark. The timepiece features a quick set for the date, though curiously not a hacking function. You do have that quick set function if you wish to set the date. Let's make sure we're past the date change danger zone here. That's why we do that. and then you have the ability to quick set the date just like so. The watch also, in addition to its 150 meters of water resistance, is 25,000 ampere per meter anti-magnetic because there is a soft iron paramagnetic ring around the movement. So 25,000 ampere per meter. Keep in mind an anti-magnetic watch per ISO 764 is classified as 4,800, so this is 25,000. We have 4 different finishes on this handcrafted and hand-finished 22-karat rotor. Ceramic bearings at center to add extra efficiency, a sunburst on top of the ball bearing, abrasive wheel that is the traditional, authentic Côte de Genève across the bridges. These are not stamped. Mirrored anglage on the edge of the bridges. Geneva hallmark finish on the movement, but also on the watch itself, as you'll note the presence of the Poinçon de Genève on both case and movement. The movement, caliber 50-100, first generation overseas to have a display case back and a manufacturer caliber, properly fits the case back, and 2 barrels, 60 hours of power reserve, 4 hertz beat rate. It's adjusted in 5 positions like a chronometer would be, and it pivots on 37 jewels and is quite handsomely decorated, including elements that I always call out like locating pegs to locate the bridges on the base plate. The heads of those pegs have been black polished, all screw heads black polished with chamfered slots and circumference. Satination on the wheels. You can see there's some engine turning on the base plate, and just a lot of fine finish and detail, including a lovely partridge eye internal beveling for all of the jewel and screw countersinks. A beautifully made watch with a compass rose pattern on its rotor, and as good as it gets. I love the Generation 3 Overseas, guys, but I've never seen a brown dial self-winding. In fact, this is the first brown dial Generation 3 Overseas that I've had on this channel. So if you like what you see, move fast. It won't last. Reach out to Team Mosso at thewatchbox.com for purchase and pricing details.